How to cook beets so they're actually delicious. First things first, why do some people think beets taste like dirt? Well, beets are really good at absorbing minerals from the soil they grow in, which can sometimes give them an earthy flavor. But don't let that deter you. The key to making beets delicious is experimenting with different cooking methods to find the one that suits your taste buds. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of cooking, let's talk about prepping your beets. When you bring these beauties home from the store or farmer's market, the first thing you'll want to do is cut off the leafy greens, leaving about an inch of stem attached. But don't toss those greens. We'll chat about how to use them later. Once you've trimmed the greens, wrap the beets loosely in paper towels, place them in a plastic bag, and store them in the fridge. They'll stay fresh for up to 2 weeks. Now, let's get cooking. There are so many ways to prepare beets, but we'll focus on a few foolproof methods that are sure to make you fall in love with these root veggies. First up, roasting. This is my personal favorite because it really brings out the beets' natural sweetness. To roast whole beets, simply wrap them in foil, place them on a baking sheet, and pop them in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Let them do their thing for about an hour, or until they're fork tender. Once they're cool enough to handle, peel off the skin. Sweet, tender beets ready to be enjoyed. If you're short on time or just don't want to heat up your kitchen, microwaving beets is a great option. Place your cleaned beets in a microwave-safe dish with a bit of water, cover with plastic wrap, and microwave on high for 12 to 15 minutes, turning once halfway through. Let them cool for a few minutes before peeling off the skin. It's like magic! Steaming is another fantastic way to cook beets, especially if you want to retain as many nutrients as possible. To steam beets, start by cutting them into cubes or wedges. Bring a pot of water to a boil, place your beets in a steamer basket, and let them steam for 10 to 30 minutes, depending on their size. Once they're tender, remove them from the steamer and let them cool before peeling. Steamed beets are perfect for tossing into salads or blending into smoothies. But what about those leafy greens we trimmed off earlier? Don't let them go to waste. Beet greens are incredibly nutritious and can be prepared just like other leafy greens such as kale or Swiss chard. My favorite way to cook them is to give them a quick sauté with some minced garlic and a pat of butter. They're also delicious raw in salads, just make sure to chop them into bite-sized pieces. Now, here's a fun fact. Did you know that you can eat beets raw? Yep. Raw beets have a crunchy texture and a slightly sweet, earthy flavor. To enjoy them raw, simply grate them or slice them super thin using a mandolin. They make a great addition to salads, slaws, or even as a garnish for soups. If you want to get really fancy, try using a spiralizer to turn your beets into noodles. They're like pasta's fun, colorful cousin. Before we wrap up, let's talk about nutrition. Beets are an incredibly healthy vegetable that pack a serious punch when it comes to vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. They're high in folate, manganese, potassium, iron, and vitamin C, just to name a few. Beets have also been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties, which can help reduce the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease and cancer. Plus, they contain nitrates, which can help improve blood flow and lower blood pressure. So, not only do beets taste great, but they're also doing your body a world of good. When you're at the store or farmer's market selecting beets, look for ones that are firm and smooth, without any major blemishes or soft spots. If the greens are still attached, make sure they're fresh and perky, not wilted or yellowing. And if you're feeling adventurous, why not try growing your own beets at home? They're relatively low maintenance and can be planted in the spring and fall. Plus, there's something incredibly satisfying about harvesting your own homegrown veggies. If you liked this video and found it helpful, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to Foodology for more tasty tips and tricks. And let me know in the comments what's your favorite way to eat beets. I'd love to hear from you.